Morning traders, Nick Mastrandrea, Market Tea Leaves here to bring our daily market buys video for Wednesday, June 10th. It's approximately 10 minutes to 6 a.m. on the East Coast. We will take a look at the overnight session in Asia. Asia trading mixed, if you will, with about half the exchanges trading higher, the other half trading lower. Obviously, it's starting to gravitate maybe a bit more to the high side at this particular point. Currently, right now in Europe, and this current ongoing, Europe is open and trading. All of Europe is trading to the downside. Now, if we were to take a look at market correlation as it stands, U.S. dollar is trading lower. The bonds, however, are trading higher. And the S&P, Nasdaq, Dow Jones Industrial Average is all pretty much mixed. The S&P is up only a couple of ticks at this particular point. Nasdaq is higher, and the Dow is trading lower. Gold is trading higher. Crude oil is trading lower. If we were to take a look at economic news, I mean, obviously, the economic news of the day is going to be the FOMC, the results of the FOMC meeting minutes, or meeting, if you will. At 8:30 a.m., we have CPI, core CPI. These are major. These are proven market movers. At 10:30, we have crude oil inventories, which is typical, usual, and customary for a Wednesday. However, at 2 o'clock this afternoon, we have the results of the FOMC meeting, and we find out whether or not the funds rate was going to remain the same, or whether or not it's going to be raised or lowered. We think it's going to remain the same. We don't necessarily think that it's going to be either higher or lower. But what is key, though, at 2:30 this afternoon, we have an FOMC press conference. Typically, whenever the Federal Reserve has a press conference, it usually means something major is afoot. So it could very well be that they're going to announce some kind of a new strategy, if you will, or maybe a new means of raising capital. We don't know, obviously, but we'll find out. All this being said, and given the fact that it is FOMC day, we will maintain a neutral bias. I mean, what we're seeing right now tells us that the markets are all over the place, if you will. So we're not necessarily seeing any sense of normalcy at all. Hence, our bias is neutral, which means the markets could go anywhere today. Something to be mindful of trading. Could this change? Absolutely. Anything is possible in a volatile market. Thanks. Hope this helps. Look forward to the next time with you.